everybody wants a glimpse of that young kid. He has been baseball's #1 prospect for a year, and now Vladimir Guerrero Jr. steps into the cage for his first batting practice as a member of the Blue Jays.
Well, he's already got down 2 more bunts than about half of last year's starting lineup, so that's a good start.
Or his dad ever did, for that matter.
Or his dad ever did, for that matter. Absolutely. He's I just watching Vlad walk over towards the batting cage now, and I just realized the difference between their bodies. You don't notice it as much now, but when Vladdy came into the majors, he was lean, he was all arms, he was all legs, he had this almost impossibly short torso. Clearly Junior's a different, his body type is different to what Vladdy's was as a player. This guy is a much more refined hitter than his dad is. Let's take a look at this.
The bunts are in the books. Alex Andriopoulos, the bullpen catcher, throwing some batting practice to Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
And you'll see Vladdy, I'm sure, start off going the other way, going up the middle. Bo Bichette has a phrase where he talks about how he takes batting practice. He said, every now and then I have a dig me round where I just go up there and I just wail. I just start turning the ball and seeing how far I can hit it. It'll be interesting to see if Vladdy Jr. has one of those dig me rounds in him.
Third set of swings for Guerrero in the box. And are we supposed to call this a home run? It is gone to left center. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with his first batting practice home run.
There you go.
Of his big league career.
History's been made.
His pal Bo Bichette, by the way, hit by a pitch in the left index finger. We learned today surgery will not be required. He'll be out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, and I was told that, you know, look, it's never good to break your hand, but I was told that all things being equal, that was kind of best case scenario for Bo Bichette.
Guerrero's 4th set of swings in his first batting practice with the Blue Jays, making his debut as a Blue Jay tonight, hitting 5th, starting at 3rd base. He arrived here at Rogers Center a little after noon. He got enough of that one, just clearing the wall, his second home run.
It looked like he took a full swing there.
It was his last hack. He wanted to make all of it. You had to love his tribute to Dad today. Showed up here at Rogers Center around lunchtime, little afternoon, wearing Dad's old Expos 27 jersey. He said, I wanted to give a little tribute to him, and there's the home run one more time.
Again, you know, this is...
He's embracing all of this.
Well, I mean, look, he understands. He was born in Quebec. He gets the history of this thing, you know, and that's one of the things I think we need to realize about this kid is, you know, they signed him out of the Dominican Republic, but this kid spent a lot of time in North America, and he is well aware of what he represents.
When was the last, other than McDavid, when was the last Canadian-born athlete joining a Canadian pro sports franchise who's had this hype and this promise before even playing a game, you know, at the highest level?
Brett Laurie, maybe a little bit,
not even,
but it's not close. But I mean, in terms of, there's another shot. In terms of when is he getting up here, there was a lot of that with Brett Laurie. But you're right, that's not it's, you know, not in the same level as this. Again, you know, the way people consume baseball now, I guarantee you most of the people in the stands tonight will probably have seen him on video playing a game.
Right.
And I think they understand and they're well aware of the historical significance of his stats. I mean, literally, nobody has put together the years he's put together in the minors before in the history of the game. And people are aware of that, and I think that, you know, that adds to the excitement. This isn't just a nationwide phenomenon. This is a big deal in the U.S. It's a big deal in the Dominican Republic, and it's clearly a big deal here.
Yeah, I mean, just 2 o'clock this afternoon, I joined John Paul Morosi of MLB Network on their rundown show to tee this up. So this is, you know, it's not just a Toronto thing. I think there are a lot of people in Montreal and throughout the province of Quebec who are keeping an eye on this, as this one is a no-doubter. Home run number 5 of batting practice off the facing of the upper deck.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I have the feeling that taking a look up at the 500 level where Manny Ramirez hit a couple of bombs, I have the feeling we may see Vlad reach the 500 level in this ballpark. And you know, my friend and Baseball Central colleague Kevin Barker made an interesting point as well. You got to realize that he's been hitting in the minor leagues so far. I mean, he was playing at 10:30 in the morning in Pawtucket the other day.
Yeah.
Crappy batter's eyes, crappy lighting, not great fields, really cold weather. He's not hit probably in an indoor stadium before. Who knows what a neutral environmental setting is going to do for this kid's power.
That was a heck of a shot there. Here's what's interesting when you talk to people about Guerrero, and it doesn't matter if it's present-day players. Devin Travis told us this during spring training. It doesn't matter if it's opponents. It doesn't matter if it's scouts or executives. It doesn't matter if it's a coach or a manager. They will tell you the sound that comes off that bat is one of the rarest things you'll hear in the game.
Yeah, it's a sharp sound. I mean, I'll tell you, the player whose batting practice I remember sounding unbelievable was Rondell White, former Expos player. Felipe Alou used to talk about, hey, lightning in his wrist. I mean, his batting practice sounded, the ball sounded like gunshots when he made contact with it.
Aaron Judges is pretty good too.
Aaron Judges is pretty good as well. This kid's BP, though, the balls do sound different off his bat. And it's interesting. We had Sean Casey on this morning talking about Vladdy Jr. And Sean Casey, who I believe hit over 300 6 times in his career, he says Vladdy Jr. is going to hit 330 this year. Like he thinks he is going to be the best player in baseball within a few years. And if you talk to the guys like him, Carlos Pena as well, we'll let you wrap this up. Batting practice is wrapping up. But if you talk to those guys, they'll tell you one of the interesting things about this kid is when you talk to him about hitting, he doesn't talk about mechanics. He talks about his load. He talks about getting ready to swing the bat. And that, that's a sign of a real advanced hitter. When you can break it down like that, as opposed to talking about the rest of your mechanics, it's pretty impressive.
Ross Atkins, the Blue Jays GM, called this an exceptional day. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has drawn a crowd in the seats, on the field,